Hi everyone, welcome back. It's that time of the year again. You might be gearing up for a new intake of students, refreshing your courses, or just ensuring that your platform is running at its best. Well, if you're not yet on Moodle 4.5 Plus and enjoying its new features and security updates, then this video is definitely for you. In this video, I will guide you through the following steps: verifying your server requirements, adding an upgrade key for security, backing up all the essential data, checking and updating your plugins, putting your site in maintenance mode, installing Moodle 4.5 Plus, reviewing common upgrade issues, and finalizing the upgrade process. Before you start thinking about upgrading Moodle, let's find out which Moodle version you are currently running. I'll go to your site administration, then click on notifications, and then scroll down to the bottom and you'll see your current Moodle version. As you can see, I'm on Moodle 4.3.8 Plus. Now you need to take note that you can only upgrade to Moodle 4.5 Plus from Moodle 4.1.2. So if you're not on 4.1.2 yet, you need to upgrade first to 4.1.2 or later, and then you can upgrade to Moodle 4.5 Plus. If you're unsure how to upgrade to 4.1.2, just watch my previous videos on upgrading Moodle and come back to this video. So when you're ready, let's continue. Our first step is to verify our server requirements. So let's go to Site Administration and then click on Server and then click on Environment. From here, click on Update Component and then select the drop-down list Moodle 4.5. Immediately you'll see that I have issues here that I need to attend to, like my PHP extension, as well as my PHP settings, as well as my max input vars. I should increase it to 5,000. It should be at least 5,000. So I need to make sure that I fix these errors first before I even start upgrading my site. So let's fix those errors first. It says here my PHP extension, my PHP setting, and then my max input vars. To fix these issues, you need to have access to your control panel if you're running Moodle from a control panel, or your local host if you're running Moodle from your Windows PC or your Mac. Okay, so I'm on my control panel now, on my C panel, and what I'll do is I'll first attend to these issues. It says here PHP extension sodium. It needs to be installed. If you click on this link here, okay, if you click on that, it will take you to Moodle documentation and it will show you how to enable this or install this. Okay, you can read that. Let's close this. Let's go to our C panel. I'll scroll down. Remember, it's PHP extension. Okay, so it will be under the PHP menu. So if you scroll down under software, you'll see that I can select my PHP version here. So click on that. This window will display your PHP extensions. So these are all the extensions, and I'm currently running Moodle PHP 8.2. Okay. So it says here that my PHP extension sodium should be enabled. Okay, so let's go and find sodium under S, PQRS. So it should be here. So just check it. You'll see it's unchecked now. I'll just check it. Wait till it saves. And then I'll just refresh this page. Okay, if you just refresh it. And now you'll see the sodium extension is now resolved. And now next one is PHP setting, opcache must be enable or .enable. Okay, so let's go to our extensions again. We need to find O, it's OP. So there's opcache. Let's enable this. That's enabled, and I'll just refresh. Okay, so there, all these issues are now resolved. If I scroll down, you'll see the maxed input vars. That should be 5,000. Now for that, it's not an extension, it's actually a PHP setting in our php.ini. Okay, so let's go to next to extensions, you'll see options. If you're not seeing this, it means that your host doesn't allow you to actually alter the php.ini file. Okay, and then you'll need to log a call with your hosting provider and ask them to increase it. Okay, so from here you'll see that we need to increase our max input vars. Okay, so our max input time, max input vars, you'll see that it's currently on 1000. It should be 5000. Okay, so let's increase it to, let's make it 10,000. Okay, and while I'm here, I can also increase my max input, my memory limit. I can also increase my post max size, and I can also increase my upload max file size. Okay, so once I'm done here, I'll go back and I'll refresh. So now you'll see everything is checked, everything is okay, and we're good to go. We can now start thinking about upgrading our Moodle version. This we should also enable, but I'll show you later on how to do this. Okay, but we're fine for now. The next step in our upgrading process is to add an upgrade key. Let me show you how this is done. Go to your cPanel, your control panel, click on Tools, and then go to File Manager. Now remember, our site's name is teaching.elearningportal.co.za. Yours will be different. So I'll find the public folder on that. So my Moodle installation for this domain, okay, or subdomain. So there you'll see it's teaching.elearningportal.co.za. I'll double click on that, and then I'll find my config.php file. So there's my config.php file. Okay, I'll then click on Edit, and then click on Edit again. So this is my details of my installation. You'll see there's my database, my type of database, my database name, username, password, my prefix, as well as my database collection, as well as my root and my data root. Okay, so now just line 26, we'll add an upgrade key. So all you need to do is add the following, and I'll add it to the description. So I'll just paste the following there. Just make sure that it's all small letters. So I'll just use that, S and then P. So you'll see here that I've just added an upgrade key equals, and this part here should be your secure password. Okay, so this part here, your secure password, add your secure password, and I'll add this in the description, so you can just copy and paste it and then add your secure password here. Okay, now why do we need this? This is just to prevent accidental upgrades. So let's say you have more than one administrator doing upgrades on your platform, that while you're busy upgrading, there's isn't another administrator that's starting the upgrade process. Okay, so we'll just use that password. He needs to know the password before the upgrade will start. Okay, let's click on Save. That will be saved, and we can close that now. We're now on our third step in our upgrade process, and this is a really important step because here we start backing up our data. Okay, so we can close this. Make sure that you're in your control panel, and then scroll down to where you see File Manager. Our first backup should be our Moodle data folder. Okay, so you remember our site's name is teaching.elearningportal. So usually when I create a Moodle data folder, I usually make it the same as my Moodle, my subdomain. Okay, so there you'll see teaching, Moodle data _ teaching. So you'll click on that, you'll right click, and then you'll compress that file. Okay, so here you'll see compress. Okay, or you can click on it and you can select compress here. Okay, it's the same thing. Now you can either use the zip or the tar. The tar is usually, TAR is usually smaller in size, so I suggest you use that one, or you can use the zip. So I'll select TAR archive. I'll then click on compress files, and there my folder is compressed. You'll see there it says Moodle data _ teaching.tar. Now, depending on the size of this data folder, this can become quite large. Okay, so depending on that, this can take quite a bit of time. Okay, so just be patient and make sure that your local disk or your disk on your cPanel, there's enough size for the backup. Otherwise, you'll also run into problems. Okay, so now my Moodle data folder is updated or backed up. So I'll download that. Okay, so there it's downloaded to my downloads folder. I can close this, or I can select my public and then go with my teaching. You remember this is my subdomain, so that's teaching. I can then right click on that and then click on compress. I'll select the TAR archive and I'll click on compress files. Okay, so there it's done. I can click on close, and then I will download this as well. So I'll download this. Remember, depending on the size of your, how many plugins you've installed and so forth, the theme that you're using, this can also become quite large. But let's back up that as well and download it. And then our final one is our database. So we can close this. We can go to tools again. Then we can scroll down to PHP My Admin. Now, before you do that, go into your file manager, then your public, then go to your folder where your installation, your Moodle installation, then click on config.php, click on edit, and then edit again, and make sure you know the database name. So that's my database name, Mod 307. Okay, so that's my database name. Then go back to tools, scroll down, and then click on PHP My Admin. Here you'll see all your databases. Then go back to config, make sure that you're on the right database, 307, and then click on it once, and then export this database. Okay, so click on export. It will ask you which format. You will leave everything on its default and click on export. Please make sure that it's the correct database that you're backing up, okay, and that you're exporting. Okay, so let's go to our downloads folder. So in our downloads folder, we'll have our database, we'll have our Moodle code, and then we'll have our Moodle data folder. And usually I create a folder for this, and I'll just add the Moodle backup and the site's name, teaching, and then the date. So let's say today is the 12th of the 12th, 2024. Press enter, and then I'll just move the 3 to that particular folder. Okay, so there's my backup. Okay, so once I'm done, I'm done now with my backup process. I can close this, and close my config.php. Please make sure that you store the 3 files that you've just backed up in a safe place, so when anything can go wrong in your upgrade process, and then you'll have at least a backup to revert to. Okay, so please store it in a safe spot. The next step will be to check and update our plugins. So how do we do that? We go to our site, and then we'll go to site administration again. Then under plugins, click on plugins overview. And then we're more concerned about the additional plugins that we've added, because the core plugins will be upgraded while we're busy with the upgrade process. that will be upgraded. But our additional plugins here, you'll see under additional plugins, I have 7 additional plugins and I have 1 available update. But for now, we'll go to the additional plugins. You'll see there that I have the game, the student report generation, completion levels, completion progress, tiles, the almond theme, and then the boost union theme that needs updating. Okay, so what I usually do is I'll go to my snippet tool on my Windows. So I'll press the Windows key, then I'll type in here snippet. I'll select my snippet tool. I'll click on new, and then I'll just drag across so that I know all my plugins, the names of my plugins. I'll just close that. So there's my plugins, the 7 additional plugins. And now I can go to the Moodle plugins database and find those plugins. Remember, we're going to upgrade to 4.5, so we'll need those plugins. So my first plugin is the game plugin. So I'll go to moodle.org, and then I'll click on plugins, and then in my search box here, I'll type in game, press enter, and there's our game plugins. I'll just click on it once. Remember, we're upgrading to Moodle 4.5, and you'll see there's an upgrade available. So I'll just go to that particular version and download that particular version of the plugin. So there you'll see 4.5. I'll download that, and it will download to my downloads folder. Our next plugin will be our student report generation. So I'll just go to my plugins again. I'll click on plugins. I'll type in here student reports generation. I'll just search for that plugin. Student report, there we go. Okay, so I'll click on that one. You'll see it's on Moodle 4.5 already. I'll just download that particular version of Moodle, the Moodle version of this plugin that's compatible to my Moodle version. I'll go back. The next one will be completion levels. So I'll go to plugins. I'll type in here completion levels. Let's go, there's completion level, so I'll just click on that. I'll download the 4.5 version, just download that. Okay, and then I can go back. The next one is completion progress, so I'll go to completion progress. Completion progress, there we go. I'll click on that. Moodle 4.3, so I'll just download 4.5. Okay, and then go back. That's completion progress. Then the tiles format, so I'll just type in here tiles. That's a course format, so there's our tiles format. Click on version. I'll just download the correct version there, 4.5. I'll click on plugins, and then it's our almond theme. So I'll just go to almond B theme. So there we go. I'll just click on that, click on version, and then I'll click on download. And then for our last plugin, it's our boost union, so that needs updating. So we'll update that. But let's go to our plugins directory. Let's type in here boost union, search. So there's boost union. I'll click on that, and I'll click on the correct version. So I'll just download that. Okay, so in our downloads folder, let's just go to our downloads folder. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plugins. So that's our plugins that we need to add to our Moodle installation. Okay, so that's done. Now we can close this. Our next step will be to enable maintenance mode on our Moodle site. Okay, so let's go to our Moodle site. Let's click on Site Administration, then click on Server, and then click on Maintenance Mode. Make sure that maintenance mode is enabled, and here you can type a message just to your students trying to log in, telling them that you're busy upgrading your Moodle site. There is a default message that Moodle displays. If we save this, and then if we log out, you'll see that the site is undergoing maintenance and it's currently not available. You can even add a message here that when it will be available. Okay. Now only the site administrators can log in here. So if you're a site administrator, just type in / and then log in, and then you will be able to log in as an administrator and not the other users. Okay, so you can log in and you'll have access to your site, but you remember the site is still in maintenance mode. Okay. Our next step will be to download Moodle 4.5 Plus from the Moodle's plugin directory. So let's go to moodle.org again. Just go there. Let's just go to the home page and then go to download Moodle LMS. And then we want to download Moodle 4.5. I see there's a Moodle 4.5.1 Plus. So that's a stable version. I'll just download the DGZ version. Okay, so I'll download that. You can even download the zip version as well. Okay. Okay, so there we're done. So let's go to our cPanel again. Click on File Manager. And then go to our public. And then to our Moodle installation. So remember it's teaching.elearningportal.co.za. So I'll double click on that. I'll go to my config.php file, and then I will download this file to my downloads folder. Okay, so this is really important. So I'll right click and then I'll download it. And then I will also place that file in my backup folder. Okay, so that file will also be in with my backups. Okay, now once I've downloaded that, I can go one level up and then click on that particular folder, right click, and then rename this. So we'll rename it. So usually I'll go with the old version. Okay, and I can add a date to that, 12 of the 12 2024. Okay, so that's my old Moodle version. I can rename it. So there it's renamed. Okay. Now I'll then click on upload. So I'll click on select file, and then I'll make sure that I'm on my downloads folder. So there's download, and there's my latest version of Moodle that I've just downloaded. I'll click on open, and it will start uploading that particular zipped folder. Once it's green and 100%, I'll go back. So let's find that particular zipped folder. So you'll see there's my latest version of Moodle. Now once you've found the Moodle installation, you can unzip it. Okay, so you can click on extract or right click and then click on extract. It will ask you where you want to extract it. You can leave this as is since it's in our public _HTML folder. I'll just extract it. And I'll close this. Okay, so it will show now as Moodle. Okay, so if you double click on that, you'll see there's your Moodle installation. Okay, so go up. Please don't click on your Moodle site just yet. Okay, so let's leave everything on its default here. Now remember we've renamed this, so click on it. You can click on it twice and just copy that name. Just stop at the .co.za or .com or whatever dot you have there. Okay, so I'll just copy the name. I'll go to my Moodle instance and I'll rename this. I'll give it the same name as my previous Moodle site. Okay, so I'll press enter, and now you'll see that this becomes now my new Moodle site. There's my old one, and this is my new one. Okay, this is my new Moodle installation. Now double click on that, and then click on upload, and make sure you upload your old PHP config.php. Your config.php, upload it to that particular folder. Go back. So now in your Moodle installation, you should have your old config.php file there. Okay. Remember, we've downloaded our plugins. Now remember, we still have our snippet tool here, and this is really important here. Okay. So this will guide us to where we need to add the plugins. So remember, we've downloaded the game plugin. You'll see there's mod and then underscore game. So this will be in our modules. You'll see mod, then you'll see block, then you'll see format, theme. We'll first focus on the mod. Okay, so we'll upload the game and the student report generation into our mod folder. Okay, so there's teaching. I'll go into that particular folder, and now we need to find the mod folder here. So it's under M. So there you'll see mod, and this will be all my mod folders. I'll then click on upload, select, and then go back one step. Remember, it's our mod here, so it's this one here and this one here. So we'll start with the game. I'll upload that. I'll go back and upload the second one. Oops, let's just go to home. I'll go back. I'll go to teaching again, and then to mod. I'll then upload the second one. The second one is this one here, open, and then I'll go back. Okay, now remember, those are zipped folders, so we need to extract them. So all I need to do is click on it, and then click on extract. I'll make sure that it's in the mod folder, and then extract files. Click close. The same for the second one, the second plugin, extract. Make sure that it's in the mod folder, extract it, close. If I go up now and go back to the mod folder, you'll see that my two plugins, the game, so there's the game plugin, and then the SRG, there's the SRG. I can now delete these. So I can delete that one as well. That's it. Okay, so let's go up one level and another level. So there's our Moodle installation. Let's go back to our snippet tool. So these two are uploaded. Now our blocks, completion levels, and then completion progress. Okay, let's find those two. So let's first open the folder again. Then it will go in our blocks folder. We'll click on upload, we'll click on select file, and then we'll select the blocks. So there's our block, our first one there, upload. Go back, and we'll upload the second one. Upload, select. Please make sure that you are on or in the correct folder. Open, and then go back. Okay, so let's just unzip those. So you'll see here that we're in the blocks folder here. So we're in the correct folder. I'll click on it once, and then I'll click on extract. Make sure that it extracts to the blocks folder. I'll extract it, close it, and then the second one the same. I'll extract it and close this. I can then remove this, and I can remove that as well. That's that. Now for our last two, so we're here again, teaching. So our last two, let's go to our snippet. So we've done that. So this is course formats, and it's the tiles format. So let's go to our course. So the first thing is course, and then to formats, and then we'll upload that particular tiles format. So we'll find the tiles format, tiles, there we go, open, go back, we'll just extract it, make sure that it's in course format, okay, extract, close, and then we can remove that, delete. Okay, so our tiles format should be, let's just find it, tiles, so there's our tiles format. Okay, so now let's go to home, let's go to our Moodle installation, and then our last two, I think it's themes, it's the almond theme and the boost theme, it's under theme. Okay, so let's scroll down and find our theme folder. So there's our theme folder, so I'll double click on that. I'll then upload, select, and then select our first our boost theme, go back, and then I'll upload our almond theme. There we go, open, I'll go back. So there's our two themes, I'll just extract it there, extract, close, and then the second one, extract, extract, and then close. I can then remove this, remove that. Okay, so there we go. So let's just go up a level and go back to themes and see. There we go. So there's our boost union and there's our almond theme. So all is set. Okay, so those were our additional plugins. So we've added the plugins to our new Moodle installation. We've also added the config.php file. For our next step, we'll run the installation process. So let's just close some of the windows here. I'll just close this before we start running the upgrade process. Okay, so there we go. So what you need to do is you can click on Site Administration. It will ask you for your upgrade key. I'll just paste my upgrade key in there. I'll click on Submit. It will then ask you if you're sure that you want to upgrade. Remember, I was on 4.3.8 plus, and now I want to upgrade to 4.5.1 plus. So I can click on Continue to confirm this. It will now do my environment check, which I've already done. Remember, this one is still outstanding, but this one won't hold us back from upgrading. This is just a backup, internal backup. Okay, so everything looks good here. If you found errors here, let's just go and fix it. You can click on the links here and it will tell you how to fix it and where to fix it. Okay, so just make sure you fix those. Then click on Continue. It will then give you a breakdown of your plugins, themes, etc. Click on Upgrade Moodle Database now. It will start the upgrade process. When it's done, you can click on Continue. And now you can log back into your site. So it will give you a breakdown here as well. If you want to make changes here, you can make changes, but I'll leave everything on its default for now. And then I'll just click on Save Changes. So there we're done. Let's go and check if the upgrade process was successful, notifications, and now you'll see that we're on Moodle 4.5.1 plus. Just make sure that everything is in order, all your courses are still there and it's working. And that's it. So our upgrade process was successful. We've upgraded Moodle from 4.3.8 plus to Moodle 4.5.1 Plus. Now, once the upgrade process is complete, let's go to Site Administration again, click on Server, and then click on Maintenance Mode. We can now remove Maintenance Mode by selecting Disable. Then click on Save Changes, and that will disable the Maintenance Mode. Our final step will be click on Site Administration, and then go to Development, and then click on Purge All Caches. Okay, so let's click on that, and then again Purge All Caches. Okay, so now we're done, and we're ready to use the new features in Moodle 4.5. As a final step, please ensure that you remove the zipped folders from your cPanel. Okay, remember we've zipped the Moodle data folder, so we've downloaded this already, so we can remove it. So I'll just remove it, and then I'll go to my publics folder, and then for my teaching, for this one I've already backed up, so I can remove this. I can delete this as well as the zipped file there. I can delete that, as well as the Moodle zipped folder that I've uploaded. I can delete that. And that's about it. So yeah, that's everything there. Okay, so we're good to go. I've just released a course on Udemy on how I modified the theme, the almond theme. So you can check this out by following the link in the description. There's also a huge discount on the course currently running. So make sure you click on the link and then you enroll in that course. I'll then show you how you can modify the headers, add text here, make sure you modify these blocks, add course categories, add courses as well as these icons. So I'll show you everything how to modify this almond theme to your look and feel and to your branding, even the footer. So make sure you click on the link to my Udemy course and you purchase the course and enroll in the course. You won't regret it. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel if you're not yet a subscriber, as well as hit the bell icon for further videos on my channel.